Welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right. I am John Palacio.
And I'm Marlene Cuellar, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Woo, woo, woo. That means Friday.
That's
that means
right.
Friday in a bird language. But it's a beautiful
I don't know
Friday.
if the birds are tuned in, John, but for those who are tuned in, they are happy it's Friday too.
For all the bird watchers, they'll be like, oh, morning. Good morning indeed, Belize. It is a lovely, lovely Friday morning. It is Fun Friday, and we need to know what the weather is like.
That's right, and we have Francisca on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys?
How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Nice.
Okay, Francisca, so tell us, what are we expecting today for the weather?
Good weather.
I like the
Good
sound
news.
of that. Now, what's your good? Let's hear that.
Okay, we'll see lots of sunshine today, a few cloudy spells, partly cloudy skies tonight, and if we do have showers, it'll be isolated.
All right. Yeah, yesterday there was a downpour in the afternoon here in the city. Was the entire
Yeah.
country affected?
The northern and central parts of the country.
All right. Just as the forecast said then.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to have sunny skies. And what about our winds?
Okay, winds will be out of the east, 5 to 15 knots, and that will produce choppy seas.
Okay. And the high temperatures?
Okay, the highs won't be too high.
No.
82 along the coast, 86 inland, 75 up in the mountains. And overnight temperatures, 77 along the coast, 70 inland, 66 up in the Maya Mountains.
Okay. Yeah, those are nice temperatures.
Correct.
And what about the weekend?
Okay, we'll pretty much see that same scenario over the weekend for Saturday. Sunday, we'll see a little bit more shower activity over the south only, though.
Okay. All right, well, we're okay with that. And Sebastian is out there reminding us that we are still in the
Yeah.
hurricane season. What's the update?
Yes. Okay, the latest report was at 3 this morning, and it was about 600 miles northeast of the northern Leeward Islands. It still had maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour and was moving east-northeast 15 miles per hour.
Okay. Anything else happening out there?
That's it. That's it. Only Sebastian all alone.
All right. Sebastian needs to go to bed. His season is almost over.
Correct.
All right, Francisca. Well, thank you so much for that update.
You're welcome.
You have a great day today.
Thanks, same to you.
All right.
All
Bye.
right. You put it perfectly. He needs to go in. Go and take a rest. The hurricane season is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. And we want for you to make sure that you've still got that plan. Like we mentioned, we saw a system brewing up in the Atlantic from the first day of May, and we're next to ending in November, which the hurricane season is June to November. But at the same time, you never know. All right, you never know. Mother Nature has her way of making things possible. So let's be very vigilant and keep your plans in place.
That's right.
But it is a Friday, and we like to do it a good way
That's
by
right.
doing the eye opener.
Yeah, a little bit of motivation for the morning.
Yes.
And or eye opener taken from dailyom.com goes like this. There is freedom in admitting that you don't know something, as that allows for a new learning experience to emerge. There is wisdom in not knowing, and it is a wise person who can say, I don't know. For no one knows everything. There are many types of wisdom, from intellectual to emotional to physical intelligence. Yet, even deemed experts in their fields do not know all there is to know about mathematics, yoga, literature, psychology, or art. It is a true master who professes ignorance, for only an empty vessel can be filled. We would be wise to respect people who freely admit when they don't know something. They're being honest with us and with themselves. And we, too, should feel no shame in saying, I don't know. In doing so, we open ourselves up to the unknown. We can then discover what lies beyond our current levels of understanding. It is the wise person in life that answers questions with a question and inspires the pursuit of internal answers with a funny face, a shrug, and a comical, I don't know.
Oh my God. You know what? I love this. I love this. I look forward to it every morning. My thing is that, and what I get from it, very simple. Yes, say I don't know. Nothing is wrong with that. Yes, sit down and listen to somebody. You don't know what they know. Yes, sit down and listen to somebody and respond. You learn from them, they learn from you. Everybody is everybody's asset.
Absolutely. You know, I love this eye opener, and I
Yeah.
think this is one of the things that I find that a lot of people struggle with. Oh,
Yeah,
I've met
yeah.
so many people
That's true.
who cannot just say those three little words, I don't know. But here's the thing, I do have a caveat for it, because you know, we often say ignorance is bliss, and I think, you know, you may have your own thoughts on that. I think being able to say you don't know something is always admirable. I think
course.
you need to be honest, and instead of having a pretentious approach in pretending that you know, it is perfectly okay to say or to admit that you are unaware, perhaps uninformed about a particular thing or issue. And it's even better if you're sitting with the expert for it. And that's what we get to do here all the time.
yeah.
We have a daily reminder that we don't know everything, and there's always more for us to learn and understand.
Yeah.
But my caveat is that I think sometimes too, there are some people who want to get away with just saying, I don't know. And I think it is important that you can take it upon yourself to gain knowledge about things. So maybe you don't know something now, or you don't understand something now, but this is where technology has really improved our lives. With all the criticisms that we put,
Yeah.
everything is one Google search away from being able to get a bit more clarity and a bit more understanding
Excellent.
about anything.
Yeah.
And while you won't know it with the full depth of an expert, you can always know it just by putting in a little bit of effort. It's always a good thing to learn something new.
Of course.
I love learning new things.
Of course.
And I think it's just, you know, imagine you're like continuously exercising your mental capacity.
Yeah.
So but like I said, there are a lot of people who struggle with this.
lot.
It's very frustrating being in conversations with people who are like, yeah, I know. And you know,
reality.
sometimes you haven't gotten to the point yet, and you get that answer. So I think naturally we just all want to be able to maybe the ego in us, or we want to protect ourselves a bit, or we just make wild assumptions that we have an idea of what's going to
Yeah.
happen or what people are going to say. But just take the time, acknowledge you don't know.
Yeah.
That's fine. You may be able to get the answers from the person you're talking to, and if you don't, make the effort and try to find out for yourself, and teach your kids to do it as well.
Of
You know,
course.
the teacher's talking above them, or somebody's explaining something and they don't understand, allow them to say, I don't understand, and find a new way of communicating to them.
Definitely.
It's such an essential skill.
And finally, for me, what sticks out is that it says sometimes you ask or you answer the question and you still ask a question
Yeah.
within that. And I think that's one of the things about learning, and especially teaching children. Because when you're teaching them, they would ask the question
Yeah.
because they don't know. Or you teach them the answer and they ask you why, which is simply the question that comes afterwards. So, you know, you allow people to say, I don't know. You know, in a classroom setting, the teacher would ask, everybody understand? Everybody,
Yeah.
don't say anything.
Yeah.
Say, you know what, I don't know, I don't understand. Those are some of the questions, or those are some of the statements that they've got meaning. If you don't understand, then try to explain it so people could get where you're coming from, and then answer the other question afterwards. It is a part of learning. It is a natural part of life. You can say, I don't know.
Yeah, we all got to work on it. So I think it's a
Definitely.
great reminder for today. You got this weekend to practice. Start with the little things.
Yeah.
And I just think it's very important to foster curiosity in people, and especially in children.
Yeah.
We have it when we're very young. You know that why stage when they ask why about everything, and it's exhausting. But it is fascinating to think of how much they're soaking in, and then somehow, as we get older, we start to think it's not okay to ask why.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we just need to work on building and maintaining that curiosity
Yeah.
throughout our life. We don't know why, ask.
And that's the thing right there. If you don't know why, just ask. And like we mentioned, it's always good to say, hey, man, I don't know. And somebody will give you that answer. That's the way the world works. But anyways, it is a Friday, Marlene. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been here for the entire week, man. We need to bust a piñata or something. Yes.
It's not that much of a celebration, Sean. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
wait, you want to party because you're back to work on a Friday?
But let's move on.
No, but we like, of course,
Yes,
it is
we enjoy
Friday.
having
You're
fun.
bringing the energy.
Yeah.
And, we have quite a fun show lined up as well.
Definitely.
That's your piñata.
That's my piñata right there. And speaking of quite a show and fun, speaking of fun, we've got our birthday feature. We've got to say happy birthday, and we wish all the fun in this world to Margaret Williams Jerez. A very happy birthday to you. Here is to wishing you all the very best. It comes from all of us here at Channel 5 and all of us right here on Open Your Eyes. And I've got one more happy birthday. Dear to me. When I tell you dear to me, I mean dear to me. And coming from all of us at Sekizme and Co., I want to say a big, big happy birthday to Blanca Ayuso. Today is her birthday, and I've got to go with the 2 words. To you. My goodness. That's a good friend of mine, man. Good friend of mine. Happy birthday to you, Blanquita. You know the thought woman back there, right? I'm just kidding. But we need to move on into our show for this morning. We've got a wonderful one lined up for you. It's going to be packed. We're looking forward to it. First, for the morning, we've got sitting in with us Special Olympics Belize and their Let Our Run for 2019.
That's right. That'll be the Law Enforcement Torch Run, and they are going to come in and tell us all about this very important event in commemorating or in celebrating the diversity of people in the country. And then we are going to continue on that athletic theme. We have a virtual Belizean run club. They're actually recruiting members. So they use an app to be able to map their runs. And so we're gonna get all the details about it, how you can join in, why it's fun to be a part of the community, and that's gonna be the second part of the show.
And in the third segment for this morning, as per usual, every other Friday, we are joined by that special lady, that lovely lady, Jenny. She's gonna be in with us, and we will be rocking it down with Jenny.
That's right. And closing off for today,
Ay, ay, ay.
you talk about Orange Walk, and one thing comes to mind.
Instant.
Yeah. Tacos. All right. So the Sugar City Tacos, the Taco Fest, is coming up. And we're going to get all the details about it and why you should go out. I mean, how much more reasons you need other than tacos, but we'll get all the details nonetheless in the final part of our show. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll get things started. So please stay tuned.
Belize Bank's Christmas
And welcome back to Open Your Eyes on this lovely Friday morning. It is a Friday, so we're supposed to have some fun. We'll tell you the fun aspect when in just a few. But our first segment, Special Olympics Belize and Law Enforcement Torch Run. All right, I said LETAR, so you might want to keep that. Yeah. Of course, 2019, and this run is going to be on December 1st. We've got the folks in to tell us all about it. Superintendent Gerald Jones is in with us. We also have Candice Morrison, Special Olympics, in with us, and Corporal Aaron Ferguson in with us. Guys, good morning. And
good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
You know, it's a fun Friday, and we know that it's a fun Friday when you've got red, blue, and black pen in your pocket.
Mr. Jones,
that's serious. Well, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk about this run. There are a lot of people in our country who loves to run. We love running.
Yeah.
So where did it come from? How did it get started? And with Special Olympics?
Well, the Law Enforcement Torch Run has been around for quite some years within the country of Belize, but we really started as the police department in 2012, where we started off in Punta Gorda. It is really a sensitization, bringing awareness for children with disabilities, Special Olympics Belize. And we have members from different law enforcement agencies who come together to support this cause. It's actually a fundraising event to assist children with disabilities for them to be productive. And you know, they have ambitions too.
Yeah.
And we want to see how best we can help them. It is actually an international recognized event. And the dates are not chosen by us, but it's an international date, which is 1st of December to the 6th.
Oh, okay. So it's an entire week that you guys will be.
Yes.
And what are the significance of this? I mean, you know, we're talking here Special Olympics. We know for a fact now that it is a fundraising, which I think is one of the best ways to go, because on this show we've heard that we're not giving enough. We're not doing enough. What's the how are people embracing this?
Well, to be real with you, there's a number of persons out there who actually really look forward for this event. We would send letters to the business places, the schools to participate, and we have officers who will be running along the road to go to these shopping places and so forth and ask for donations. They have definitely embraced it a lot because they see the significance of it. It is actually a turnaround for some of the students or the children who can participate in international sporting events. And I do believe that the director can tell you more about that when it comes to Special Olympics.
And that's really where the fundraising goes to, right, Candice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Special Olympics has been here since 1989 in Belize. We are a non-profit organization, of course. We are trying to advocate more so that people know what we do, so that they could maybe volunteer their time or give or contribute to us. So we look after persons with intellectual disabilities. So we look after the holistic development of that person mentally, physically, socially, and we try to create an inclusive community that counteracts the inactivity that they experience, injustice, the typical isolation that they would experience. And we have also noted that, yes, we use the medium of sports to get them out, but we've noticed because they've been isolated so much that sometimes their health isn't in proper care. So besides having sporting activities, Special Olympics does provide dental checkups, vision checkups, and like the general checkups that you would need for a person. All of that is, of course, free of cost. You know, so they begin with this torch run from the Monday to the Friday, the Sunday, I'm sorry, to the Friday, and they open our national games where we bus in children from all districts of Belize with intellectual disabilities to participate in bocce, football, and track and field.
I'd
like to add to what my colleague had mentioned. The mission of the law enforcement to transfer Special Olympic Belize is that of raising fund and even more so bringing awareness to persons with intellectual disability. And this year we are even bringing more awareness because of the support that we have of the other law enforcement agencies. This year, this is I would want to say, one of the biggest year that we have ever have since the 8th running of the law enforcement torch run, with the backing of, we have the Belize Coast Guard, we have the Belize Defense Force, we have the Belize Fire Department, we have the Kobe Foundation, which is the first time joining us, we have Customs, you know, so this is a very big year for us as it relates to bringing awareness. What is even more better to have law enforcement officers on the grounds. You know, everybody want to see the law enforcement agencies, whether it be, you know, enforcement. And now this is even more something that we are doing out of the box, supporting persons with intellectual disabilities. So I am certain that persons on the ground is going to come out in support because of the magnitude of the law enforcement agencies backing the Special Olympics Belize this year. So
and it's a staged run. It's a staged run,
yeah,
right?
it's a staged run.
Yeah. So where do you start?
We start in Punta Gorda. Actually, we start in Punta Gorda on the 1st of December. Punta Gorda have the first have 3 legs. We go from Punta Gorda, Independence, and on to Placencia. You know, so that's the day number 1. So it's not a walk in the park. Definitely for us as law enforcement agencies, it's from dusk till dawn. We jump up very early and we traverse through those jurisdictions, raising funds. We certainly, whilst it's a run, it's not something that we will run past any proceeds or any awareness about.
You stop at any shop.
Yes.
So while most of the time the run turn into fast walking or you know, but whilst it's not a run, we cover at least 10 miles or so a day as it relates to physical movement. So I know, you know, so from Dangriga, from Punta Gorda, Placencia, ISF, we move to Dangriga where we spend the night. Thereafter, we go from Dangriga to Belmopan. That's the second leg. All right, and from Belmopan, we move all the way to Benque, you know, and that's the third leg. We move from Benque to San Ignacio, and then on to Belize. That's the third day, right? So we do another lengthy leg of the law enforcement torch run, and from there, we bring the torch into south side of Belize. Where we're going to be joined there largely again by the other agencies. They're going to bring out the full forces as it relates to coming into the city, showing and that awareness for persons with intellectual disability. You know, from there, the law enforcement team, because we have a team that travels that includes 14 persons. You know, from there, the law enforcement team travel, well, this time we're not going to run, we're going to jump in a boat and we move to San Pedro. Right? So we're going to be ferried over to San Pedro, and we're going to spend the night there. We're going to, let me mention, at each of these jurisdictions, we do awareness. So upon reaching the night in San Pedro, we're going to go at Central Park, we're going to light the flame of hope. And we're going to stand there basically for an hour or 2, or as long as the proceeds come, we're going to stay there. Right? That's the main intention. But you know, in each of these jurisdictions, we ensure that we bring awareness. So we invite the mayor, we invite the schools, we invite persons who want to come out and support us. We welcome that. So from San Pedro, we go all the way to Curacao. You know, this is the fourth leg now. We go to Curacao. From Curacao, we ferry to Orange Walk. And from Orange Walk, we come into the city, the north side of Belize City, where we head on to the Marion Jones Sporting Complex for D-Day, the big day as it relates to the Special Olympics National Games.
So you're coming twice into Belize City.
So
you're doing the south side first, and then you're going to end up on the north side at the Marion Jones, which is going to be the base for the national games.
And definitely it's going to be big in the Marion Jones.
You're passing by every possible business.
Actually, we have a jar. This jar is as probably big as that container that you guys have up there, and you know, we shoved it in each and every corner as it relates to trying to raise as much money. Last year we raised some close to $10,000. This year, because of the magnitude of the different agencies, we are up in a notch to at least $20,000 or more.
That would be great.
So, and this is all proceeds from people that
a little dollar
collect. Let's jump on. All right, so this is the 8th year, right? We're in the 8th year, and you know, I'm so interested in it because I know that a lot of people actually like to go on the road, like to jog and stuff like that. What was it like? You know, what is it like going on the road? Do I have to run a certain amount of miles? What is that like?
It depends on the different sections you have to run. You definitely have to run certain amount of miles, because of the business places.
Per person.
That you really want to target or get.
So we have a main team for the LETR.
That's right.
So the main team will go throughout all the districts. But then,
like the full day run?
Yes.
So we have like 2 persons that are committed from each law enforcement agency.
So always be out there running.
Yes.
Out there running.
But then as we pass through a community, other law enforcement agencies would send additional people to go through the district or the town to support. Now we're also asking the communities
So that's a good thing for people to know. If the police pull up on your business place,
We go into banking institutions, everything.
Go ahead.
Yes, so we are asking the community to come out and support. We're asking the schools, we're trying to reach out to schools to say, you know, this is a worthy cause. This is advocating for persons with intellectual disabilities. We are advocating for an inclusive society where no one feels left out in Belize, you know, and that these kids can feel like, you know, we are supporting them. So come out, support, clap, you know, show it financially, however you can advocate in the simplest form, but it means so much sometimes for people to know that, you know, I just support you, I stand with you.
Candice, the significance of moving throughout the entire country, I think, is also important because the Special Olympics Games has representation from across the country as well. And you have people working with your athletes across the country.
Yes.
Is that the case?
In each district.
Right.
We do have a district committee that is working in each district with persons with intellectual disabilities.
Yeah.
But you know what, Candice? There are a lot of people who they wouldn't want for their family member or that person on a whole to be shown. What are we doing as Special Olympics or to try and at least advocate for these people or bring them out? Because for the most part, what we do is that we shell them. We keep them right there, not knowing that there's a whole world out here. How are we advocating for this?
That's where sports come in. I don't know if you know the importance of sports throughout the world. Sports can be the vehicle that brings such a diverse community together as one. So we have what we call unified sports. So the unified sports isn't for persons that only have intellectual disabilities. Actually, we pair each child with a partner, with someone who doesn't have intellectual disabilities. So as they're coming together to play, they realize that they can socialize, that we can interact, and even it diminishes the stigma that the person without intellectual disability has towards those persons, because they start to say, hey, you can play volleyball just like me, or you're just as good and you're developing your skills. So, you know, that's how we're even inviting the public to come out that day to see them participate with their partners so they can see what these persons can really develop, because a lot of time people keep their children or persons with intellectual disabilities at home because they feel like they would be discriminated against. So by this opportunity that we get to showcase their talents, then people would know that that's not the case.
And it is the true meaning of diverse abilities, because where people may think a child cannot learn in a traditional school setting, they have many other abilities that can be celebrated. And some of them are very talented in sports. Did our bocce team do exceptionally well in the last...
They got a silver medal in a World Games.
In the World Games,
you know, so we need to publicize them, and that's why we ask the community to support them, you know, financially, because these are our children, these are our Belizean children. So we should give them the opportunity to reach their highest capabilities and potential.
Do the athletes get to participate in the torch run?
Oh yes, along the road, I'm glad you asked that. Along the road, we see, if you follow us with the pictures earlier, you know, and we have athletes actually coming out. This run is for them, right? So we go into the communities, like we say, we tap into the Special Olympics team that is on the ground prior to reaching that jurisdiction, and we ask them to bring on the athletes out so that they can join us in support of other athletes likewise. And I'd like to mention this, you said sometimes we have them in shell or what have you. Surprisingly, while the law enforcement Tortron is going through these different areas, we have family members coming out to the law enforcement agencies and say, come on into our homes. We know this run is for persons with intellectual disability, and we want for you to show your presence as law enforcement officers. And it's very emotional for us sometimes going into some of the house, seeing how amazed these persons are to see law enforcement officers actually doing an initiative for them. And you know, officers have a tendency to change the mindset as it relates to how they serve, and you know, how passionate this run is. So you know, it's a mind-changing thing for us as police officers, as law enforcement agencies, to go and do such a great initiative for persons with intellectual disability.
That's why we must commend their efforts. I mean, they're doing this from their heart. They aren't gaining from it. I know there are a couple of companies like Atlantic Bank, Belize Tourism Board, Digicel, PAL, May, Darrell Bradley, who who have supported this initiative, and we couldn't do it without the support of these persons. Because imagine traveling through the entire country, it takes fuel, you know, it takes the officers have to eat,
Physical ability.
rehydrate, you know. So
Yeah.
on that day, we have over 300 children. On that day at the Marion Jones Stadium, we'll
Which
have
is
over
the 6th, right?
Yeah,
six, which
the
is the
sixth.
Friday, over 300 children, and it takes a lot of volunteers, you know, to be out there. We feed each child, we give each child a T-shirt, you know, what I love about Special Olympics is let me be brave, but if I cannot, let me win, but if I cannot, let me be
win.
brave in the attempt.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a wonderful motto. So every child gets an award on that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every child that participates gets an award on that day. So we have to thank, you know, our partners who continue to partner with us.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it's hard because, you know, we're going on the same business places, but I am thankful that they see the vision and of the organization and they respect it and they give
Yeah.
towards us.
And you also rely quite a bit on volunteers. I mean, because in fact, it's almost entirely a volunteer association.
Yes,
I do want to get that out there because
Yes,
you always
that
need help.
is. And we have to thank the district committees. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a committee in each district that works with these children. The schools that allow us to work with them too as well, you know. We must give them thanks because we only have like one paid staff member and everybody else is a volunteer.
Wow.
The board that comes together to meet that serves these children. So everybody's coming together as a community as we should.
You know, there are compassionate people in our country.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's
a
right.
lot of the times we hear only the bad things, and this is definitely a time to say kudos to those who, you know, come on out to support without being paid for it. See, the thing is, for a lot of people, being paid is not necessarily with money.
Yeah.
Being paid is have a relaxful mindset
right.
that you know
So
that
you're
you're
giving
actually
back, yeah.
giving. You
Exactly.
know, but if people would like to donate to this cause, where do they go and how can they do it?
Yes, so if you would like to donate to us, we have our bank account at Belize Bank. Special Olympics Belize, of course, is the account number. If you would like, the number is really long, so if you would want that number, you can contact me at 615-3905. Again, that's 615-3905 if you would like to give to this worthy cause.
Wow.
And giving to the world cause likewise will be out on the streets with our jars as it relates to being
Yes.
within each and every community. So if by any chance you don't have the time to go into the bank, we'll be coming at you.
And
Yeah.
sign up to run? Is it can you just jump on in? Or
Yes, you
have
can
to pay a
just
fee to
no,
get
no,
in,
no, no, no.
or-
You don't have to pay a fee for it. You just jump on the run. I'm sure it will be publicized and broadcast when they're going into a new area. We have a
Yeah.
Facebook page, Special Olympics Belize, and we will be giving updates.
Yeah.
So you know which town will be in next so that you could come
And
out
you
and support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should be doing that.
So you're starting south. Let's go through the route once again. You're starting from PG,
PG.
to Independence to Placentia.
Placentia.
right.
That's the 1st of December. That's
That's
going to
Sunday.
cover the 1st. That's the
Yes.
Sunday.
Then from Dangriga
To Belmopan.
to Belmopan.
That's Monday.
Yeah, that's Monday. And then from Belmopan, we go all the way to Benke, then on to San Ignacio. That's the 3rd day.
Okay.
And from San Ignacio, we go straight on to Belize City.
Southside.
Yeah, Southside, whereby we're going to meet up again. And then from
What day is
Southside, that is we at the 4th? 3rd.
Yeah.
That's the
They will
3rd.
still
That's
stay
the
at
third.
third.
All right, and from there we go across the waters to San Pedro. That's whereby we spend the night in San Pedro. From there we jump up. That's going to be the 4th. From
ferry
San
to
Pedro,
Corozal.
yeah. We go from San Pedro to Corozal. That is what now we are at the what?
The
Day
fourth.
fat.
The 4th.
The 4th.
That's
Still
the
at the 4th.
Yeah,
Yeah, and from Corozal we go to Orange Walk, and from Orange Walk on to the
Marion.
big day, which is the
The 6th.
the 6th, right?
Yeah.
So from we do the 5th in Corozal and Orange Walk, and the 6th we jump up the morning early and we traverse into Belize City where we're gonna commemorate the national games.
And once you bring usher in that torch, that is the start of the national
Yes.
games.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where we
Garden
start.
of the Flame.
You know, exactly. And it's amazing to see, and I'm glad you said it. It is a global initiative, and I've seen, you know, videos of this taking place all across the globe. And it's wonderful when we see it actually happen here as well, because it just reminds us that we're united in this cause. Candice, if you could just tell us once again how people can help on the national game, the day of the national games itself, because I know you can always use some extra hands there and support.
So on the day of national games, we have so many needs in terms of human resources.
Yeah.
I am going to ask some schools to send out representatives, and I think it would be awesome if we could just line where they come off on the bus all the way to the stadium, and we just
cheer
applaud
on,
them
yeah.
all the way in. I think that would be so wonderful. So if the community would like to come out, we begin at 9
That's
o'clock.
right.
So if people
Start
come out,
at
when
9.
they come out of the bus, they just see the Belizean community there applauding them and cheering them
Even
on.
more so, the media would like for you guys to be out there as they, depart those
I
buses.
mean, the media is essential to our cause,
Awareness,
because the more you publicize what we do, the more those who are isolated would feel it's okay for me to come out and participate and socialize. You understand? Because if our efforts aren't seen, if they don't know that it exists, then they don't come out. The isolation would never cease. The injustice would never cease. So thanks for bringing that up. We need the support of the media.
Media. We'll be sending an invitation certainly.
Of course. And you come in during the day because the games it's daytime.
Yes.
And of course, the people who will see the torch run pass in any municipality across the country, go on out and be generous.
Yes, we ask of that, definitely.
And one thing that is very important for us to highlight is that on the day in question, when the games are to be played for the ceremony, we have representatives from different law enforcement will be in their ceremonial dress, and they will be running around the synthetic track to the Flame of Hope for the Commissioner of Police or the Brigadier General to light the Flame of Hope. This is commence the ceremony for the games.
The opening ceremony is beautiful.
Yeah.
We hope the commission will take 1 2
Oh yeah, he's gonna give him the longest run actually. He's been prepared for it.
Give on a hummingbird,
And the funds go towards allowing them to participate locally and internationally.
Yes, and it allows the programs to continue. Remember, we offer health screenings for these athletes, dental checkups, and all of these have a cost associated with it.
All right, so everyone has to pay attention. It starts next week, Sunday.
Yeah.
And you can find out where they're going to be. Follow Special Olympics Belize on Facebook, and they will have all the dates posted where the run will be passing through. Be generous, and also if you're in Belize City next Friday, then go on out and support our athletes of Special Olympics Belize in their national games. Thank you for coming in and telling us all about it.
Thank you for having us.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we're still talking about running, but this time about how you can join the virtual Belizean Run Club. So please stay tuned.
With over 100 years of
And welcome back to Open Your Eyes. It is a fun Friday, and the fun continues. We're talking miles here. Miles is what we're talking about. We had, this big run that's coming up throughout the country a while ago. Well, we're discussing the miles now. We're talking here Miles Matters and Virtual Belizean Run Club. Byron Martinez is in with us. Miles Matters Run Club. My buddy, good morning.
Thanks
How
for having
are
me.
you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
morning.
I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you
Appreciate
in. My goodness. Now, Miles Matters, what is this about? What are we talking here?
So Miles Matters is a virtual run club that kind of just got started inadvertently.
Yeah.
A couple of people on Facebook kind of like talking trash back and forth. And the idea came about just because, we want to get people moving. I live in LA, so every time I come to Belize, you kind of see what's going on health-wise.
Yeah.
And I was a part of another foundation called the Belize Wellness Foundation, where we was trying to bring dialysis machine to Belize. And you kind of see the condition, but once you see the underlying numbers as far as health is concerned, high blood pressure, diabetes, the condition with dialysis and all these other things that's going on, you kind of want to get involved somehow.
Yeah.
And that's how we got Miles Matters started, just to get Belizeans moving,
Yeah.
throughout the world.
So it started
And as
online?
well. It started online. It's purely online.
Yeah.
Nobody have to tell you when to go run. People run the morning, people run the evening.
Yeah.
You can run a half a mile.
Yeah.
You can run 10 miles if you want to.
Yeah.
It's in the name. Miles matter. Every miles matter.
Yeah. And so you started talking about it online, and you use the Nike Run app to map your runs.
Yeah, so if I was to give you the 1, 2, 3 as far as how Miles Matter function,
Yeah.
I would say visit and like the Miles Matter page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And send us a message, tell us that you're interested.
Okay.
Then you would download the Nike Run Club app, start logging your miles, and then join a team. So currently we have 3 teams. Team PG, who win every single week. I don't know whether they feed their
They
people
have
at PG.
one of the best views to run to. I got to tell you that much.
That's true.
People at PG
Yeah.
eat miles.
Yeah, we eat miles, man. We eat miles at PG.
Then we have Team Dangriga,
Uh-huh.
and we have Team Bomapan.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the month, we're expanding into Belize City.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because
then,
they got
we're
quite a
trying
few
to.
runners in Belize.
Yeah. As people starting to learn about the organization, they're joining, and they're being very enthusiastic about it.
So what do you have to do to join? I mean, like, so you just it's however you
It's
run,
simple.
however
Just visit the page.
Uh-huh.
Tell us that you're interested, and then we're gonna assign you a team based on where you're located and where you want to be, which team you want to be on, and then you start logging your miles. And then so, how it works is from Monday to Sunday, you run, walk, jog as many miles as you possibly can.
Yeah.
At any time when you want. You just have to use the app.
just have to
So
use
you
it.
activate the app before you
activate-
go out.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
you've
And
got
then
to-
it logs your miles.
It
So
logs
you've got to
your
have a
miles.
device on you. Like, if I want to take a jog, okay, the device is on you.
Exactly. So some people use their Apple Watch,
Yeah.
or we only use the Nike Run Club app because we have to kind of keep it uniform in a sense.
Yeah.
And it is a technical challenge to have multiple apps, so we
Yeah.
only use the Nike Run Club app. And once you have the app and you log your miles, on Sunday at midnight, the app will cut the week off, and then
Tell
all
you
the
who
miles
wins.
get submitted. And we have a tally coordinator, Darnell Sterling, out of Belize City.
Oh,
She adds up all the miles for all the different teams, and then we see which team won. And then a lot of trash talking starts.
But clearly, what this does in terms of adding the competitive aspect to it is that it pushes people to do
It pushes
more.
people, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So we like to characterize Miles Matter as a support group. It's
Yeah.
not a workout group.
Yeah.
So every morning, somewhere like around 6 o'clock Los Angeles time, you start to see these miles coming because we have a chat group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then people start bragging and boast. "Ooh, I do 2 miles, I do 3 miles, I did
Yeah.
half a mile. And
Yeah.
people start to brag and boast. And that encourages other people to go run later on.
Yeah.
And we like I said, we say, every miles matter. So no matter if the half a mile or 5 miles, we cheer you on. We're not here to put anyone down. You run whenever you want, whatever's comfortable for you. Some people have medical conditions, they can't
Yeah.
run, they have to walk.
They have to walk.
So we support all that.
Yeah. Probably PG is winning because they've got a bigger group.
I don't know what they're gonna-
everybody is just.
I've already
with
told
the-
you why. I mean, you run from the church to
Cut Landing
the
and then
curve.
and then back. That's
That's
beautiful.
how long is that? That's
That would be
probably
Put it like this: when the runners in
miles.
when the runners in PG submit miles, nothing less than 3 miles. I'm like, how do you guys do it?
So, but how many people per group? It's like.
So right now, the group has about about 100 active runners.
Wow.
We're in 4 different countries, about 13 states in the U.S., 4 districts in Belize. And we have like what you like to call like a little passive competition within the groups itself. So like I said, you want your team to win, but then some people also want to win within their teams. You know, so people are slogging miles. So every Sunday when people start to submit miles, you see people going out running additional miles. It's just fun, keep you engaged.
But do they, I mean, there are no prizes involved or anything. It's just simply about being motivated to keep a healthy lifestyle going.
Exactly. Yeah. The biggest prize is, a healthy heart. Like I said.
This is you.
So do you find that it's people who are already exercising who are jumping on board? Or are you also getting people who are venturing into developing an exercise routine?
It's both, So one of the biggest things, as a health enthusiast myself, you notice that on Facebook, if you say, living my best life, you have your, lobster and Hennessy, you get 100 likes. But if you tell somebody you ran 2 miles and ate a salad, you get 3 likes. So
Somebody's rolling their eyes at you. That's what they're doing.
So the whole idea was to kind of coalesce that 3 likes here together. All these people that give you your 3 likes is to bring them together and say like, hey, we have something in common. Let's talk about it, support it.
Yeah.
Because miles matter. It's all about the miles. It's also about healthy eating. So unbeknownst to me, I tell people all the time I come from Dangriga, and I didn't know that there were more vegetables beyond green pepper and onion.
Oh, wow.
I never know that. Sorry for you.
You
And then once I started looking at people in PG, Belmopan, Belize City, and you see spinach and quinoa salad, you're like, wait, we have this in Belize?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Belize.
So people are constantly sharing recipes and how to stretch, how to do these different things. And it's from the novice to the experienced. On average, I would average probably like 150 miles a month. But we have some people who do about 20 miles a month, 30 miles a month.
Yeah.
And it's walking or jogging.
It's walking or jogging. It's whatever suits you.
Because walking is still good for you as well.
Yeah.
Your treadmill around your house, whatever you do.
Well,
So the Nike app has a feature where you can run on treadmills.
I was going to ask, can you map on a treadmill?
She can switch it to indoors. In the green room while I was waiting, I just did a half a mile, just running in place. I just switched my app to indoors, did a half a mile.
Oh, somebody's edging out your group. That's why you're trying to catch up? Is it PG? You're still trying to catch up too?
No, that's what he's doing.
My pan broke my heart. When the miles came in for last week, it came in on November 19th, Garifuna Settlement Day, and I don't applaud Garifuna.
So you're not going out?
And then Belma Pan just called knocked Team Dangriga out of second place, and then they got a second.
Oh my God. Broke your heart. Man.
So you decide which group you want to, because you said you're in LA, but you're on Team Dangriga?
Yes, because originally I'm from Team Dangriga.
Okay.
So as we expand, we're gonna have a Team USA for native-born people from the States.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to get into the other districts.
Yeah.
All right. So
the biggest group, you have a group in PG, Dangriga,
Belmopan.
and Belmopan. Where else? You have not gotten a Belize City one yet?
Belize City, we have enough people to finally start Belize City.
I was gonna say there are a lot of runners in Belize City.
Yes.
There are a lot of
John,
runners
you
here
could
in Belize.
clock.
I
How many
definitely
miles
wanna
you do
join
a day?
I am about 3 or 4 a day. That's what I do.
See,
That's
you're missing out.
Yeah,
I'm
and
about 3 or 4 a day.
I just recruited my cousin Ernie. He's out here in Belize City too.
Yeah.
So we're excited for that.
All right, so good. So here we go. It's official now. How do you sign up for this again? What's the app? You go on your phone, go to the Play Store or whatever you do.
Yes, you can download the Nike Run
Run.
Club app. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Then you go to Facebook and you send us a message. And we have an onboarding coordinator. Her name is Amanda Johnson. So we have a whole onboarding process, how we explain it to people. Because again, it's not necessarily a workout group, but it's a support group. So we have to explain to people how it actually functions and how we support our members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And so once you join the Nike Run Club, then you will assign them to a team.
We will assign them to a team.
Yeah.
It's exactly
Yeah.
it. And you could put a request and say, hey, I want to be on, some people come in, I want you on Team PG. Like, okay, that's where you're at.
I'm going to put the Gorda. So,
I know. Then you can allocate your miles there. But it's just, like I said, fun. It's engaging.
It is.
We want to, we're desperately trying to combat stuff like, high blood pressure, diabetes, all these different things that plague our country.
Yeah.
A healthy Belize is a great Belize, and that's what we want to see. And like I said, people in multiple states doing it every single day. Every single day miles come in.
And you know what? I think nothing keeps you more motivated than having some competition. And the camaraderie too. It's just like if you have a running partner that motivates you, having other people who are also in the same cause are going to motivate you to go on the lazy days when you don't want to go out.
And that's the biggest part about
Yeah.
it, because most people that you see will join. They'll start off walking, maybe 2-3 miles a week, and then by the time you look, you're like, man, I tired of my knee and the weed on yesterday. Then you see the miles start to creep up, and then they get into that 10, 15, 20 miles a week. So our runners on average, I would say they average about 15 miles a week on average.
That's nice. That's very good.
And the misconception would be that, like I was talking to one of my friends last night, and he said, "Why I want to join, but I can't put in all the miles." Like, no,
Just put in what you can.
just put in what you can. Miles
So
matter.
it's cumulative for the district.
It's cumulative for the district.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think after today, you're going to be worried about Belize City.
Yeah.
You know what? I cannot say what I'm worried about, because the one thing that surprised me, and I'll be honest with you, women run more than men, and they run longer distances.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got my wife started, so we was running together, and she never used to run.
Yeah.
Then the idea, she told me, I need a girl go run, cause you to get soft on me. I'm like, hey, what do you? Whoa. Because she went from running like, a mile to 2. Now she does like 20 miles, 15 miles on average.
Wow.
I'm like, look.
For the week.
Sometimes she'll run about 13, 15 a day.
Yeah.
For about 4 days out of the week.
Yeah.
We like to run longer distance rather than, that's our preference, is to run longer distance.
Nice.
They try to tell me how to get soft, and I'm like, man, you better slow your roll.
Well, that just means you got to run more. All right. So you have a Facebook page. It's called Miles Matter.
Yep.
And so people can look that up online, on Facebook, that is. The Nike Run Club is an app that you can download on your phone, and
That's the
from
primary
there,
app that
you
we
link the
use.
two together.
Yes, I just want to say one additional thing is that even though it's a virtual run club, occasionally we do run together. So we normally have a monthly 10K, because people run at different times in different places.
Cool.
So tomorrow is actually our monthly 10K, and I'm running with Team Belmopan tomorrow. So if you guys are out there, you're in Belmopan, you're going to be running at the ring circle at 7 a.m. in the morning. At 10K is not necessarily 10 miles, but it's actually 6.2 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, which is good.
You can run it, walk it, jog it, and I think it'll be fun. So everybody come out, support, meet the team.
Yeah.
Have a little fun with us.
Excellent. All right. Cool.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in and telling us all about what you're doing. I think it's a great. You definitely have one person who's going to be signing up
That's what I like to hear.
So the miles will matter now.
Of course. And she does good work too,
Oh, then you have
Get her
to
in. Get her
join.
in.
You have to join. I can see Miles Matter over here too.
But as I said, I think it's the motivation to keep on going that people need, and so this is a great opportunity to do so along with Belizeans across the country and beyond.
Across the country, and like I said, 4 different countries.
Nice.
Yeah.
And thanks to you guys for having me. Thanks to the country of Belize for giving me a warm welcome.
Yeah.
Definitely, I have to give a plug to Dolphins Productions, who actually gave me my shirt to come on set today.
Yeah.
With a 24-hour turnaround. That was amazing. So definitely thanks to
Excellent.
Dolphins Productions for that.
All right.
All right. And with that, we are actually going to shift gears. Today we're having a Flashback Friday, and we're going back to a story that Isani did. Of course, still timely, Drums of My Father. So we'll take a look at that and go into a break and come back with Brock It Down with Jenny.
The soul of Garifuna music is undeniably anchored by the polyrhythmic depth and timbre of the Garifuna drum. Cylindrical or cone-shaped, this wooden percussion instrument, tautly wrapped on one end by a thin membrane, often the cured hide of a sheep or deer, is central in any genre of ethnic song and dance. The up-tempo measure of the primero, or the subtle register of the segundo, is a uniquely impressive sound. Together, they evoke strong emotions.
In ritual, we have 3 drums. And those drums symbolize the totality of Garifuna life, past, present, and future. And they play their part in representing the Garifuna worldview, Garifuna cosmology, if you will. In secular life, we generally use the primera and the segunda, and to play the various types of music that we use for festive occasions. And when I say festive occasions, of course, I don't just mean fun times, because we also mask our grief, our sorrows, our burdens in song and dance.
83-year-old Austin Rodriguez, a resident of Dangriga, is a master craftsman. His skill in drum making is unrivaled. Using rudimentary tools, Rodriguez, whose instruments are renowned the world over, has been fashioning drums for almost 50 years. He is self-taught.
I don't go nowhere and learn nothing. I just imagine how to make it and I make it true. Because I'm determined that I'm not to work with nobody.
With strength of mind and sheer enthusiasm, Rodriguez set out to make his first drum.
When I make my first drum, brother, I cut it through when I use chainsaw. Cut it through. Because I cut it one time, I say I'm not going to cut it anymore. You know? And I keep on. Beginning is the whole thing, brother. Interest behind starting something. You know? When you get into it, it starts to show itself to you. This could be the way, this could be the way, this could be the way. Until you get up there.
Unlike his brief learning curve, over time Rodriguez has risen to become a preeminent Garifuna sculptor, earning his place in the pantheon of Belizean art. Following closely in his footsteps are daughters Noralie and Datha.
This is the mahogany log that we use. We use mahogany, mayflower, and cedar. This process, my sister needs to cut the both ends to level the both ends. Then from that process, we're going to find the diameter of the log.
In the continuum of Garifuna Duo, the perpetual cycle of carrying on tradition, these siblings are the future of drum making.
I asked him if he could show me how to do the drum and how to use a chainsaw, but he never wanted me to use a chainsaw because then he used to tell me, oh, you're a little girl, you can't do that or you can't do that. So when he decided to go to the States and he promised my mom that he was going to send money home to run the home, but he found tools out there that he wanted to bring back, so he couldn't send. So I decided to start do the drums on my own. He left some shells there and I start cover them. Then when the shells finished, I started to dig out the drums.
While the process is arduous, the drum, when crafted to perfection, is a symbol of the Garifuna spirit of endurance. That tenacity is celebrated in the poem Drums of My Fathers.
I am the hallowed, haloed trunk, and the hills and the vales and the streams and the soul of Africa.
Roy Cayetano's ode to the power of the drum, its rhythms representing the very fabric of Garifuna life, is the embodiment of the combined effect of the human and metaphysical relationship.
I had started the first few lines of a poem that I wanted to write that said something about the soul of the Garifuna people, the essence of being Garifuna. And I started the first few lines, drums of my fathers rumbling in my bones. And the words just came. The words just came. I think it must have been written in something like 20 minutes. It was like dictated. In Garifuna we have a phenomenon called Ichahowergut. And I think this is a high level of inspiration where the universe speaks through you, the ancestors speak through you. We have that in Garifuna music where people speak of learning a song rather than of having composed it because of the way the songs are given to them.
So was the preordained talent of Austin Rodriguez. His daughters, disciples of the trade, are also making a name for themselves. In this family, the students have become teachers.
When my daughter makes drum, and the one that I make, you could see the difference. She's very careful when she's working. You could know the difference.
He would boast, you know, tell, oh, my daughter could do better drum than I do. She also do different styles and different design of drum. You know, sometimes I teach him different things that I, design on my own.
What they have learned collectively, after years of employing their head as the percussive surface of choice, is that sheepskin is a more resilient leather. It sounds better too.
When you go to take out the fur, we use knife, sharpen your knife as sharp as you could, then you work it. You know, because sheepskin is not easy to take out the fur. You have to get the knife sharp. Then your drum, you get the rims, the top and the bottom rim, you get it to the midline. Then you have to wet the skin so that it can fold the way you want it to, you know? When you put it, wrap it up and you just put on it.
Once completed and finely tuned, the garaon or drum is regal. It symbolizes the progression of the Garifuna people. In Dangriga, a shrine has been erected in its honor, bearing the namesake of the famous poem.
The present incorporating the past and the future emerging from the present. That is why we have the drums of my father's monument at the entrance to Old Dangriga, to proclaim to the world the importance of the drum.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
These are the people who I want to appeal to. Make those little slips. It happens. You have to have a plan to manage your problems effectively. How are you going to do it? Fall off the horse and jump right back on.
And we're back.
Yeah, just like that, we're back, and it's that time in the morning whereby we broke it down with Jenny. There you go, girl. Loving your colors.
Yeah.
Welcome and good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Belize.
Yeah, always so elegant. I love that. I love that. It is a fun Friday, Jenny.
And it's going to be a fun Friday.
I'd love to hear you sing.
Huh?
Huh? There we go. I'm just messing with you.
Did you say it or sing?
Sing.
Oh, sing.
Yeah, I love to hear you.
You're watching me. I was there with you. My voice is holding it together today.
Let's get on into it. Marlene, that's the since Marlene here. Women's communication. Women's communication. I went through the slide this morning, and there is a lot we need to venture off into. What it does, just on a discussion like the one we had 2 weeks ago, it allows for us men to learn to listen much more. So I definitely want to venture off into women's communication.
So it's not really women's communication, it's how men need to communicate with women. So, gentlemen.
I think the men just shut you off. Like they just changed the channel.
How to communicate with your lady without starting World War III.
Good one. Good one.
I'm just going to sit back. John, you take this one.
You're still to this one, huh, Marlene?
I'm just going to stay out of this one.
So the main thing is communicate even if it's uncomfortable or uneasy for you. It's so important. The last topic we had
was helping women communicate with men.
Right, how women communicate and how important communication is. Your relationship will die if you don't communicate. But I need to make a disclaimer for the men. I need to really make a disclaimer. All women are not alike. In fact, I don't think no two women are alike. We are complex. We're very complex creatures. We are very emotional creatures, unlike men who are very, what word am I looking for, Marlene?
We were socialized to be more emotional.
More emotional. Yeah. And men are more
reserved with their feelings.
And in fact, they will silence. They will be silent.
Yes.
In fact, they will give you the silent treatment if you're not careful. Okay.
And you know, that's where one of the biggest
shut down. I think.
Yeah, they do.
One of the biggest shut out from men is we're not able to accept and appreciate the fact that our wives or our women are very emotional. We tend to shove away emotions, and that's
you aren't socialized like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't like saying it that way though. Not you, because we said it before. Yesterday in the eye opener, we talked about tears and letting tears shine through. And Gavin was here, and we talked about the socialization of men and women. And I think it is key for us sometimes to kind of start with the right messaging. Women aren't emotional. Aren't we all emotional beings, men and women? But like one expresses more and one holds more.
Yes, absolutely.
Because when you say women are emotional, it's almost like saying only women have. I mean, I know you don't mean it, but and we don't mean it, but I mean like it gives an impression that women have emotions versus men don't.
But see, it's how we as mothers socialize, and fathers, how we socialize our boys. Because if a boy cries, you know, we call him all kinds of names. He's supposed to get angry, not cry. And so it's almost as if we bring up our boys, saying to them that it's not okay to show emotions. We socialize them like that, right?
And they have them. They have feelings.
They have feelings. They have tear ducts too. You know, if you see your parent sees a boy child playing with a doll, they really go off and have a conniption. Even the mothers, they really have a conniption. You know, because boys are not supposed to play with dolls. Well, dolls teach boys how to be tender. They play with a doll, how to be nurturing. And now I see men with their babies, and I love it. I take pictures if I sneakily take pictures, because you see them with their babies, and they're so loving with these little babies. And I love seeing that, because that's a new phenomenon we're seeing.
Because once upon a time they were like
hands off. They'll throw the babies, but they were not going to
it lasts
hug them.
for a minute or two, and then that's it. You want to, you know.
So it's changing. The younger folks are changing that, and I'm so happy to see it.
Finally.
You know, so the disclaimer is that women are like snowflakes. No two are alike. No two women are alike. We're very complex creatures. Okay, we're one of a kind, I like to think. So the first thing, let's jump straight into it. The first thing, man. When your lady is talking, you know, you really need to listen. You know how they men are such logical creatures. So when we're talking, we start talking about the feelings. We talk about what's hurting us or what's making us upset. We go into that, and it's kind of drawn up, because the more we talk, the more
you process.
Yes, we're processing as we're going along, and we can look at you and see your eyes start turning over in your head. We see it.
I'd like for you to bring something.
A glance at a clock, glance at the phone because the notification went off.
I'm glad.
Don't you dare touch it though.
I'm so glad that we are able to actually dissect each slide. You did mention something that I'd like clarity on. You said men are such logical creatures. What do you mean?
You guys, okay, there's a problem. There's something. You come home from work and there's something that's happened. You want to get to the answer right away. So you don't process. We process. We're going through it, and we're thinking about how we felt about it, and we're processing it. You guys go straight to the point. And you want us to go straight to the point too. Right? You're very logical, you're very organized. And therein can be the problem, because you lose interest halfway through our processing, and we can tell that's the thing, because your eyes literally, you see your eyes begin to stray, right? You also begin to twitch, like you're doing right now.
And Louise.
Busted.
No, you know, it's very important that, especially for us men, we listen to this, because these are some of the things that we continue to say each other, especially being in our boys group. We are saying, you know what, we are logical creatures, you know. We are logical creatures. And I'd like to ask the question, aren't women logical as well?
Yeah, we are logical, but we process things. Yeah. We are very logical. But we process. We're methodical.
Yeah, thank you. I can.
We are very methodical.
So we go step by. It's so crazy. I find with men, and it's not all men. Again, we don't like doing the blanket thing, but they're like, okay, so The chair is shaking. Put something on it. You know, done.
Instant to put paper towel on and make it stop shaking.
So for us, it's okay. What is the chair missing? Can I find it? Will I be able to fix it with that piece of thing that I may find? And it's like, I won't directly go to putting the paper under the chair. I will think step by step, and if I can't find the missing piece, then I'll go, okay, we have to buy something and temporarily. So I may get to your conclusion, but I have to go through all the steps.
Right.
Is that
right.
Yeah.
That's how we are built.
This is very nice, very important.
Now the thing is though, you guys are Mr. Fix-Its, and we'll talk about Mr. Fix-Its later.
Okay.
Okay? Because you all want to get straight to the point.
Yeah.
And that robs us of the opportunity to think through it for ourselves.
Yeah.
You understand?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing, it's like once you hear something, you kind of shut your ears off because you want to. It's true. They shut their ears off.
Yeah.
You'll hear the answer. You'll hear something that's important. You don't hear anything else. You stuck right where you heard that important piece of information.
Yeah.
And it's
then
so important.
wait for you to finish to respond. They haven't even listened to the rest.
They don't hear anything else after that particular piece of information, and that's what gets you all in trouble, because you didn't hear the rest of the conversation, because you were so concentrating on what you heard. And so I put here, listen all the way. Then you ask questions, and ask questions. Don't say do this, do this, do this. Ask questions. Help us to process. The most important thing you can take out of this slide is let us process. Women need to do that. We really do.
We want to vent.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Oh dear.
Active listening.
Hey, let me get there. Now, what is active listening? When people talk, listen completely, because most people never listen. So for active listening, I want to make eye contact. Okay, you need to make eye contact with me so I know you're listening. You need to acknowledge that, yeah, I'm hearing you, honey. In fact, ask me some questions. So what did that mean, or how did that happen? Ask a few questions, you know, what we call some probing questions. Or just repeat back what you heard. Did I hear you say this and this and this? So that I know you're listening. You're not just sitting there making eye contact and shaking your head at me, but you're actually asking me something that shows that you actually were listening to what I'm saying. Active listening is very involved.
So basically, you don't just play the role of the listener because you feel this will keep her or just will shut her out eventually. You've got to engage in the conversation with her.
Exactly. Listen, when you do active listening, I feel so validated. Oh, I love you all over again because I feel so validated. He's listening.
I'm observing, right? This is.
you understand?
Yes, yes.
It's really, really important to do active listening with your loved one.
Yeah.
It's important to do it to children.
Yes.
It really is.
And it starts with eye contact. I mean, sometimes we really, I find more and more, and we all do it. We have the phone and we're like, yeah, I listen. Yeah.
Yes, man, I listen to you, man.
But not really. And even if you are, like if you can do that multitasking challenge, the person speaking doesn't feel listened to.
But you cannot multitask and communicate.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Totally impossible. So you've got to give me the eye contact. Put the phone down, put the computer down, look at me.
Yeah.
Actively listen.
Active listening.
Yeah.
Participatory listening.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Next slide, loving it.
3, do not be a Mr. Fix-It. And I put a Mr. Fix-It up there for you. You know, Mr. Guy men are fixers. Men want to get to the point and tell you what to do. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I know what to do. I'm going to figure it out. What I want you to do is to sit here and question me and talk with me so that I can come up with my own way of doing things. Don't fix it for me. You want to get a woman mad? Tell her what to do. Tell her what to do.
It also kills the communication
Yes,
too,
it
because
does.
if every time I bring something to you, you only come with telling me what to do, I don't want to bring anything to you anymore, because that wasn't the purpose of the conversation.
I've got a question. Are women active listeners?
What do you mean?
If do we listen actively?
I think any person can. It's a skill set.
Yeah. Anybody can, but we tend to do it more because that's how we're built. You know.
Men
But
can be active listeners. Women can
we
be.
want
active.
men to
It's not
learn
like
to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We really want men. I'm telling you, your loved one will love you so much when you start looking in her eyes and listening to her and asking her questions. Clarify that for me. I didn't understand what that meant, or you say something that she said back to her. It's like, wow, he's really listening.
Yeah.
Shock and surprise.
So, Mr. Fix-It, don't give solutions.
Don't give solutions.
Okay, so what if I start off with, man, I have a problem. Such and such happened today. I mean, that's almost like invitation for, let me tell you how to fix that problem. I mean, is it important how we face?
Don't walk into it. Don't fall into the trap. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You know.
So instead of solutions, what can they do?
Instead of giving a solution, ask questions.
Yeah.
Always ask questions.
Yeah.
Not even give any kind of suggestions. Ask questions. So how would you handle it, babe?
Or what are you
What are
thinking
you
of doing?
thinking of doing?
And you know, I love that you said that, because that's where we're lacking indeed, whereby I wouldn't ask my wife without knowing, without having all this. Because look, I'm in a university here. I'm getting it firsthand for free. We wouldn't ask our wives, so babe, how you handle that?
Or what do you want to do about it?
So what do you want to do about it? How you want to handle that? So what if the answer is, you know what, babe? I don't know. I really don't know at this time.
Oh, we weren't. Oh, you mean like if the woman says,
Yes, we're having
okay.
the conversation. We're having the conversation, and my wife Jenny just has tell me, you know what, this is what's going on, and that's what's going on, and I come up with the right question here. So babe, so how would you handle that? And then you say to me, you know what, babe, I don't know at this time. I don't know. Wouldn't it be then that the logical
fall into
part
the
of
trap. Do
Hold
not
on.
fall
Okay,
into
all right,
the
all
trap.
I don't know any woman who you should have stuff that I don't know. Because I don't know is like a beginning of like your own thought process kickstart. I don't know. But you know, I thought about X, Y, Z, and L, M, N, O, P, and Q, R, S, T.
Okay.
Do not fall into that trap.
Don't. This is the reason why it's important to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because if I ask Sabib, what are you going to do? Your answer just now as the mental health expert is to tell me, do not fall in that trap. So the lesson there, not fall in that trap.
I mean, if she asks you to, what do you think what do you think I should do? I mean, you can say something.
Can give what I would do.
Yeah.
I think I would do it this way, but you're not telling do
But
this.
you don't have to do it that way.
I think I would probably do this or this or this.
Yeah.
But I don't tell you.
Can I just say, on behalf of women, accept if she doesn't want to do it your way. Accept. Don't get your bruised ego on, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, but it is key. And another thing too, if somebody says, I don't know, there's a reason why silence helps sometimes. You know, like it gives. You don't have to be filling time with talk. So if she says, I don't know,
let her think.
Give her a couple seconds.
Give her some time.
Silence is good. And then she'll probably continue speaking from there. It isn't necessary for you to immediately rebut.
Yep.
All right.
At least that's what I find.
I agree.
Yeah.
Give. Because we are processing. We're constantly processing.
Yeah.
Your wife comes in and says, babe, how does outfit look? You think I look fatina this? What would you do?
I don't know.
What would you say?
What would you say?
Well, I'd tell her if she looks fat in it, I'd tell her, babe, I think Wally wait there. I
What, you want to get crucified?
And that's the reason for the conversation. That's why I say I'm getting it for free. So what do you?
That's a trap, okay?
So the response is, what should be a response? Because this happens every day, and today is Friday. Today is Friday. Wife and husband might go out. She got this wonderful dress that she wants to wear. She will ask the question tonight. Babe, you think I look fatty in this dress?
So what would you say if she doesn't look good in the dress?
I think that you need to put something here or put something there. That's how I feel. What do I say?
It depends on the woman. Yeah.
It really depends. But if I were you, I would stay with that. That's a trap.
So what do I do there? So I don't say anything and say, babe, yes, you look good?
I would say, you know, babe, you're not a woman. Make we call your sister. Why would I ask your sister's opinion? See, she's a woman.
Sister, no, there.
How your friend? What you have?
I'm always good with.
Don't get your don't get. That's a trap. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Or you can just suggest another outfit too. So
you know what? I really love that green outfit you had on a few months ago. I love that.
Everybody
that was 2 months ago, darling, and I love seeing you in it. I love the way you look in it. Give her a compliment for something else. Not falling in that trap of ever telling your wife that you put on weight or you look fat.
So while we run this, and I love it. While we run this, and I say, you know what, babe, I love that green dress you wore about 2 months ago. Remember that party that we went and wore that green dress? Why don't you put that on? I love that.
Would you put that on for me? I would just love to see you in that again. Or something
See,
like
that
that.
sounds so much different from that.
Yes.
Would you put that on for me?
And you know, and that I think that's the way to go indeed. Not telling her to put it on, but asking her, would you put that on for me? Because I really love that.
Suggestions. In a loving way, right? I always remember, if you have to say something that might come out badly, compliment first. Buttress it. Compliment whatever you have to say here, then compliment, right?
Make it a sandwich.
Yes. Make a sandwich out of it.
Okay, cool. Make a sandwich. Yeah, that's not just saying.
But always no fall for that.
I look fatty in this dress.
Don't fall for it. A lot of times they come to ask you for hear what you think. It's a trap. Run.
All right.
Pay attention to body language. Okay. When you're having communication, you're talking with your lady. It's more than what she says. There's also the body language that goes along with it. You have to read the body language too. Very important. Now, so sometimes, she may come in and she's smiling and she's talking with you. But if you look at her shoulders or you look at how she looks, you can tell from her body language something is wrong. Right? So the gentle thing to do is what?
I'm listening.
And then what would you do?
If I notice the body language, her body language, I would normally ask, are you okay? Is everything all right?
Is everything okay?
Yes.
And you noticed. You noticed. Okay.
For me, if we're at home or I pick up my wife, instantly from her facial reaction or her body language, I would notice that, okay, something is wrong. And that's when you ask the question, babe, everything all right?
Yeah.
And her response would be, I don't want to talk about it right now, or nothing, everything all right. What do I do in that situation? You know that something is wrong. You feel it, you sense it, you see it, and you ask the question, babe, everything all right? And her response would be, everything all right. What do you do there?
You know, it's interesting, baby, but I noticed that even though you say everything is okay, I'm looking at your shoulders and they're kind of bent forward, and you're not smiling your usual smile of welcome. So I'm just a little concerned about what's going on. Describe what you're seeing. Instead of saying, is something wrong? You put me on the spot because now I have to tell you what's wrong and I'm not ready. I want to process it. Describe what you're seeing and say, I'm here when you're ready to talk, okay?
And that's the response a lot of us don't know how to say. I am here when you're ready to talk.
When you're ready to talk.
Yeah.
Normally the response would be, I said something wrong, man, just tell me that what happened.
Yeah, so don't
What
force
happened
her
now?
to do it
Yeah.
in that moment. If she
Right.
says, you know, it's okay. And I think it depends on the comfort level, because then I could go back later and be like, you know, you're right. I have this thing bugging me and I don't know how to deal with it. I had a conversation with my sister and now I just feel like me, you know, I could go off. But that's what it is. It's like we have to be in that place to say, so maybe we can't hide it physically. But we have to be in that place. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
One key to good communication in relationships is listening to what is being said and what is not being said. So very important to pay attention to the body language. Own your feelings. Use I statements. You can't go around using I statements. Nobody can beat you up for owning your feelings. So I don't want to blame you for something. I own my feelings. And there's a way of doing I statements. Okay, so
All right. Teach us.
So how do you use an I statement? Well, this is also assertiveness, by the way. So I feel. So for example, if you're wanting to talk to your lady friend, your wife, something has happened. So instead of going in and say, you know what, I don't like when you do this and blah, and it's out there. What I want to do instead is say, you know, I feel hurt. Men don't like to use the word hurt, but it's okay to say, if you're hurt, say it. I feel hurt. That grabs attention with the feeling. When you come in and you start using curse words at me, right? Because, so say why does it hurt you? Because I feel less than. I feel like you're coming in and you're trampling on top of me with something from work. I'd like to, what I would prefer, what I would want is that come in instead and talk to me. Talk to me and tell me what's wrong without the curse words. But tell her what you want. Would you consider instead waiting until we both have had supper and we sit down and we talk through it? So there's a set here, I put it in here.
All right, John, try it out. Try an I statement.
It doesn't remember. There it is right there.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
So,
So just choose any scenario.
Choose a scenario.
Okay.
Use it.
A scenario would be, that.
So where you normally say, you did this, you did that, you this, you know,
Like she
turning
would be
it
telling
around.
me, okay.
Whatever.
It happened last time, right?
Right.
But I feel hurt. I feel hurt. I told you that.
No.
No,
I
stick
feel
to
hurt
this.
when.
Okay, so I feel hurt when you came in right after I changed the baby, and you mentioned that's not what I put out for her to wear.
Okay.
Because I feel, or I was really liking this particular outfit, knowing the time of the day.
I
would like that for the next time around, your approach to me would be that, babe, this wasn't the one that I put out. It's hot, so I wanted her to wear this one. And
would you consider?
Would you consider that I make that choice the next time around?
Love it.
Wait.
You did it.
You did it.
Henry, do you want to try it? Henry's shaking his head over there.
Yeah.
Rick, would you try it, Rick? Rick is like, no. He said no? Daryl? Let's see.
Daryl would try it. Daryl would try that.
So, okay, so let's ask that question. They've all been socialized and conditioned. And, you know, I mean, we can take some fault to us when we raise them. Whatever age, can they actually change to adapt this way of talking?
Yes.
Henry, what, you're 60 now? You're what? 65.
Would you use it?
Yeah.
The thing is, it just takes a little bit of practice. But the thing is that it takes away the quarrels.
I
Takes away
feel-
the anger.
I feel blank
Alright.
when blank.
Let me
because blank.
Let me share something here. As men would say, probably we are not able to use it or we won't use it. But I'll tell you what we do. If something works, we tend to stick to that regimen. That's the way it is. So if I'm saying this and I notice that, okay, she actually listens. There is no cuss word. There is no hostility.
Escalation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will use it again because then it's a method. It's basically that thing that works for us.
Yeah.
That's what.
So what's a common fight? Give us a scenario that we would try to do one for you, Henry. Anything.
Come to mind again.
You can't come
Put up on the
with
spot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Time? Being late? Time in general. So yours would be, okay, being on time.
I feel hurt.
I feel, how do you feel?
Upset?
Yeah, I feel upset.
Huh?
Do you feel frustrated?
Yeah, I feel upset.
I
when
feel frustrated.
All right, so
when
we're talking about somebody when you're not sticking to time. All right. I feel frustrated when
when
we're not sticking to time because
throws off your plans.
Yeah.
okay, I'd like for
I like stick to time. Would you consider? You're going to give her something.
Yeah.
Would you consider trying to be
being
on time?
he's just worried now because they want to turn the camera on him. But I mean, clearly, it's Jenny and I are the only females in here for now, so the guys are really tuned in.
Oh my God! Yes.
I just did that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but because I know that sometimes we talk about these things, and I feel the same way too. You know, we talk about it, and it's like, yeah, it sounds great, but can I do it?
It's so easy, and you know what? This is like assertiveness training too, because what happens is it eliminates all the quarrels. It eliminates people being angry because it's your feelings.
It is your
I'm talking about my feelings. I'm not blaming you for anything. I am owning my feelings.
That's right.
Okay.
So you start with I feel
When.
because.
And I like.
And then you move into your solution.
Right.
You guys are easy with solutions.
Right. It's really easy. It's really easy. Just takes a little bit of practice, but I'm telling you, it eliminates quarrels.
Yeah, it does.
It really eliminates quarrels.
Man, that sounds like a magic pill. Guys should try that.
I really wish they would try it because it works. I'm telling you, it works.
All right, we got it.
Works.
Thank you, Jenny.
Jenny.
All women across Belize are saying, thank you, Jenny.
Think before you speak. Words can hurt.
Yeah.
It's not what you say a lot of times. It's how you say it. So please think, and this goes for both sides, women and men.
Yes.
Think about the words you use. Think about the things you say. My mom used to say, the three things that come not back: the spent arrow, the spoken word, and something else. But I always remember that spoken word because you can't take it back. And words have power.
Yeah,
So we really need to be very careful about the things that we say and the names we call people. Avoid using words like never. You never do this for me. You never do that. And you always do this. Nobody always does anything. There are occasions when they did do something else. Right? And nobody never does anything. There are times when they did do something. So using that, it's such a blaming thing and it's so awful. So those are two words you want to eliminate from your vocabulary when you're
Never
talking to
and
your
always.
spouse. Yes, absolutely. And then work at, when you're having a disagreement, work on one person talking at a time. Because if both of you try to talk together, it doesn't work. You can sing together, but you can't argue together. You can't talk all at once when it's a disagreement.
You said thank you? Is that what you just said? Okay, one at a time. You can always have a talking stick.
I love talking sticks. I love talking
If I have a
sticks.
talking stick, I talk.
Tell you give that to you. Say, okay, you talk, and I can't
And if
say
they try to
anything.
interrupt, you put up the talking stick. It's a good reminder.
right.
It sounds crazy, but
So
it
the
works.
person with the stick
Is the one who talks.
is the one who talks. Okay.
And you don't want to run on. You give.
And they'll grab it out of their hand either.
You say what you need to say, and then you hand it over.
Yeah.
And what this person does then is paraphrase what you said. So because sometimes, depending on our filters, I may not have heard the right thing.
Yeah.
You may say something and I totally misinterpreted it. You will hear what I misinterpreted and correct it.
Yeah.
You give it back and say, okay. You say, but that's not what I said, babe. What I said was, and you correct it, right? But one at a time. It eliminates quarrels, arguments. It's wonderful. Talking stick are amazing. Love them.
And I think that's a beautiful point to close off on, right? From talking sticks to, once again, John, I feel,
wait, hold on, when,
because,
and I'd like, or I want,
Uh-huh.
and would consider.
Would
Yeah,
you
would
consider?
you consider?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It was to say, would you mind doing it? You put it in your own
Yeah,
words. Would
yeah.
you mind doing it this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
I
cool.
love it.
All right.
Jenny,
There we go.
you know what? I've got a song for you. You are the best, my girl.
All right.
Thank you.
You come back next week and tell us about how effective the I feel when because statement
John,
is.
it's assertiveness training
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
All right.
Thank you, Jenny, very much.
My pleasure.
All right, so we balanced it out. We did the men, now we did the women.
I enjoyed
And-
doing this one. I really did.
Yeah. Excellent.
And of course, you can always look back on the conversation if you missed the men's side of it. That was 2 weeks ago, but thank you once again. We got to take a break though,
Yep.
and we got to get talking about Sugar City Tacos Fest. That's coming up after the break.
Plan to manage your problems effectively. How are you going to do it? Fall off the horse? Jump right back on.
welcome back to Open Your Eyes. It is a fun Friday and we're about to continue with the fun. My fun is that I'm in love with my tacos. Yeah. Now, tomorrow is actually going to be that date or the Sunday. Today's all right, it's going to be on Sunday. But in to tell us more, we've got the organizer, Dylan Jones, Belize's best comedian. He's in with us. He's an organizer, Universal Tacos Fest organizer. Universal. Well, hail. Next time I'll be at Switzerland. Then we have Andrew Salgado, who is representative of Quality Poultry Limited. Right. And then we've got Jessica Carvajal, tacos vendor at Taqueria Alicia. Yes. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
All right. How you say that in the tacos language?
Taqueria Alicia.
Yeah, there you go. That morning.
Taqueria con amor.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. We were looking forward to this. We know that this big event is coming up, and before we get to the tacos and this man with all of the nice chicken, let's hear from you, the organizer. Tell us about Tacos Fest and where it came from, who came up with it.
Well, Tacos Fest originally started 9 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next year is going to be 10.
Whoa, one out of then.
Yeah, we have big plans, big plans. Just like how we change.
You do the world's largest taco?
Yeah.
Big. We have some serious plans for next year, which we will bring out later.
Yeah.
But for now, we deal with the 9th annual Tacos Fest. I need to inform the public that we have moved the location for this year. We usually by the Banquitas House of Culture. But because of the condition of the river, and I must say the river is doing much better right now, but we don't want to take no chance.
Okay.
Because you got time I did when the rail up.
Yeah.
And we don't want, have run the risk that people don't want to eat the food because of the stench of the river.
Yeah.
Let me repeat, it's not as bad as months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this time we're doing it at the Central Park.
Okay.
Smack down in the middle of Orange Rock. We got more space.
Yeah.
We have a tune up to like 30 vendors right now.
30 tacos vendors.
Yeah, with all different type of tacos. We have sporting event. We have a serious lineup of entertainment for the people all day. We have the legendary Ben McCoy.
What?
Performing.
Mr. Ben one today?
Two Monkey, they play one Mount Organ.
Yeah.
Show Me the Lion Continental Cat.
Yeah.
Ernestine Carballo.
What she got? What of her song though?
Why she the soca queen? And then we have Happy Cow Man Miami.
Miami wanted it too.
And one of the highlights of the day is we're getting I think it's like a 20-member orchestra, marimba orchestra from Veracruz, Mexico.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
And then this Sunday to perform for us.
Okay.
In the middle of the park for like an hour show.
Wow.
And bring hand sections, everything. So, and other than that, we have the traditional tacos eating competition.
Yeah.
The adults, kids.
So who could eat the most tacos?
Well, we would always want to do that, but then you see, like me when I go eat my tacos, I order $4. Some people who I know they eat by time. Charge them by time.
Yeah.
So when we have giveaways on the stage from Boeing and Boeing, we have Smart on board this year. They've been doing some heavy promotions out there and some giveaways on the stage. So.
Yeah.
So you have the tacos eating competition. What other competition you have?
I think we do beer drinking too.
Okay,
Beer
okay.
drinking.
No tacos rolling.
So no, I was going to say I've been practicing.
That's our individual thing. We'll go by booth with a time and check everybody who they roll.
Yeah.
And then one of the highlights that I want to repeat, I said every year, Tacos Fest is not a competition.
Okay.
You're sure?
It's a celebration of
right,
tacos.
and it's highlighting that tacos is a serious industry. When we started Tacos Fest many years ago, there was just a little handful. Now, Jessica can tell you, Andre can tell you, we have little over 60 vendors that sell tacos every day in Orange Rock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Morning and evening.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Every day.
So it's a part of people's livelihood in Orange Walk.
And I'm happy to say that some people who started off the tacos business started in Tacos Fest.
Yeah.
They never used to sell tacos and found them again and jump and they gone. All right. So why I say it's not a competition, we do have a competition within the fest. You're not obliged to enter your plate. If you want to enter your plate in the tasting competition and boast that you had the best tasting tacos for 2019, then you can do so.
Okay.
But you don't have to. So it could be that Pibil go up against one chicken, or chicken go up against one relleno tacos, or pastor tacos, or la parrilla. So that's just an openly competition for, and the winner always walk away with a nice brand new stove courtesy of Ready Cash.
What? Brand new stove, one to win
Big
that
stove,
competition.
though.
Big one,
Yeah.
not small one.
Floor top, not table top.
Yeah.
Now let's get Jessica in here. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Right? So if you didn't catch our segment last year, Jessica guided us through the tacos rolling.
Yeah.
And John graciously lost our tacos
Yeah.
rolling
Yeah.
competition.
Let me down, bro. Let me
Yeah. But Jessica, tell us just you're going to be participating in Tacos Fest once again. Tell me why this is such a significant occasion for you to participate in.
Well, for me, it is very significant because every year my customers look forward to find me right there.
Yeah.
Right? Actually, we have our little spot by the Social Security. So my husband always stays over there, and I would go to the Tacos Fest. So we have our 2 locations
So you
open.
could still get.
Yeah.
I mean, you're called Taqueria Alicia,
Alicia.
but a lot of people know you as the Social Security tacos.
Or Cheetos. Cheetos. Yeah.
Or Cheetos if you're from the area. If you just pass through like city people.
Social Security.
Social Security.
Yeah. So it is very important for me to be there because of my customers who look forward for me. And I enjoy it so much. Every year I look forward to Tacos Fest.
Let me just add to that Jessica, they have won a first place already in the competition.
And second.
And second.
Nice. I like
I still have my stove.
That's
That's the lucky stove.
Will you take part again this year in the competition?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I need one now.
You need a stove.
But you see, you do have, I think you're one of the iconic taco stalls in Orange Walk, and you know, I'm pretty sure you probably got started before it's expanded to what you said, over 60. How do you still stay on top of the game when there's competition all around?
Well, we just keep our same taste, ingredients, and the same love, I guess, for our people, because people are always there constantly. And I think that's what keeps us going on.
I look at both, because last week, Wednesday, I was there, and we got there a little before you guys opened, and as they say the boss, they come. And as you guys reach there, instant taco stand. I get my $4.
But it's not only that, people are waiting for you to open.
Yes, people were there. People were there waiting, and we got our amount, and we moved on.
Now, Andra, clearly, while we know there's pibil tacos and other people can do other meats as well, chicken is usually top when it comes to tacos.
Right.
How important is the Orange Walk market for you guys at Quality Poultry?
Okay, so just a quick history of it, right? So we opened a brand new branch in Orange Walk about 6 or 7 years ago. 6 years, let's call it 6 years, right? And we opened in July, and Delan and Mr. Usher approached me and said, you know what, hey, we have an event, it's called a Taco Fest, where this is going to be our third year. Can you guys join up, right? At first I was hesitant. He gave me some statistics. I went home, I thought about it, and I said, you know what, man, that's right. We have a lot of tacos vendors, and I think that's something. So Quality jumped on board from since then. So we've been the main chicken sponsor of the Taco Fest.
This stuff we chicken.
This stuff we chicken. So if you're wondering why the tacos at Taco Fest is so nice every year, the secret is it has in the best chicken in Belize. It has in our chicken, Quality Poultry chicken, and it has grown. We've seen it grow. We went from a couple of vendors, a handful now. We're at where we're at now. About 30 vendors, and so we're still hoping that next year it expands and we can see how we can do better and bigger, right? And yes, Orange Walk, a lot of the customers from Quality is tacos, right? Even Taqueria Alicia, they purchase Quality Poultry as well.
I thought you would say, you know what, we feed chicken with tacos, and then they come out and taste like tacos. I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Good one.
I know, I'm just thinking about cannibalism. Each your own.
Definitely not.
I love a fun fry, I swear.
So yes, I mean, and there's still, and again, there's still more that we would want to do. Of course, we do give away some stuff on the stage and so forth for the day. And yes, we do appreciate the vendors, and you know, we have to say thank you to every taco vendor out in Orange Walk, because you have supported us, and we keep on supporting you guys. I mean, you know, and yes, at that point, when we started it, of course, our competitors' home base is in Orange Walk, so this was a big slap on their face for us. And of course, you know, it's good. It's good for us. So at the end of the day, we're here. We're here to stay as long as Universal Taco Fest wants Quality Poultry, we're here to stay.
Where do we get Universal? I know you want to say something, I want to hear it bad. But where did you get Universal Taco Fest from? Why Universal?
As you all know, myself and Robert Usher, we're the owners of Universal Radio in Orange Walk. So we have always been into clean, fun activities. We started karaoke shows way back before a lot of people are in Orange Walk. So I sat down one day and I said, we need to do something, and I just started to think. Ideas come to us naturally, and the Taco Fest just come and we experiment with it, and from there it gone, and we're up to our level. I'm happy to say that Quality Poultry, we look forward every year to them because they give you a tuna like, or create a chicken for up to 25 vendors.
Wow.
So each,
So
and
they don't participate at a loss. Like you get the chicken provided to participate. That's great.
And the registration when they pay like barely nothing just to cover the space or the tent. And the chicken when they get costs more when they pay for the registration. So we look forward to that, and it's grown over the years. Last year we had a report of 130 factory selling 800 pounds of turkey.
Wow.
On that day.
And so it means that there's a lot of traffic that comes out on that day
yes.
from not just Orange Walk.
All over.
No, all over. I've met people from one couple approached me and they said they came all the way from Dangriga.
Wow.
I said, man, you know, that's a long drive just for tacos.
Well, it's because you get the real deal Orange Walk tacos. I tell you, everybody stamp Orange Walk. We need to have an authenticity certificate.
PG, make sure you see me at there. I come away from PG, and then thanks to come. I don't know how you're going back, but they are. People come from all over the country.
What about that international influence? Do we have it? I mean, we've got Mexico that's right next door. Do we find Mexicans coming over to enjoy?
Yeah, well, we have one or two visited the Taco Fest in the past. Okay. This year we have Wave from Veracruz. I mean, then the orchestra. You know, we have a Mexican, Belizean, what we call him Mex, who sell the pibil. So, you know, it's going to be a whole mixture. You will look for an average, you get 4,000 to 5,000 people pass through the banquitas every year at Taco Fest. And I think this year it's just going to be bigger because the bus they out.
Yeah, and it'll be central too. So if you didn't know, you're going to pass and stop anyway.
Whenever it's nice.
Yeah. Right. And with this push for Uno.
Yeah. Jessica, do you get tourists who actually stop in and buy the tacos too? Like
Yeah, we get a lot.
Like right now, I put the Tacos Fest on the net, and then I have a lot of people commenting, and then I have a lot of family from the United States trying to come for that day.
Just for Tacos Fest, which is this Sunday.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that Jessica Tacos Fest, Taco Stand has gone international online, because right now, if you can't go buy the tacos, you go call and then deliver too.
Bistro? We are in the Bistro.
Bistro saves my life, but they don't deliver from Orange Walk to Belize City, man.
Yeah, that's true.
They should work on that.
WhatsApp the tacos phone.
Yeah, but you know what? And a lot of people normally, like, you're passing through and they say, please bring tacos for it. Do you sell the tacos for
Yes.
Yes.
I send my tacos meat to the United States. He's one of my customers. And talking about that, I would like to say that on the Tacos Day, on the Tacos Fest Day, I will have my tacos on sale, and I will also have it by the pound. So if you are about walking around, you can buy your tacos, and then if you want to take some home, I will have my little containers of 1 pound, which is $15 a pound.
For the people who couldn't make it out, so you carry it home to them.
So you can take back home, or I will have that available.
I want to remind you too that we have the pibil and we have the Renault that will come from August Marriage, and then do the tortilla de mano.
The handmade
tortilla.
Really? Yeah. So they roll the corn out.
And make it on the comal. And the thing where I like see that some people from our district, they buy the tortilla, the 10, 20 tortilla, and then they carry home alone tortilla from the comal.
I don't blame
handmade
them.
tortilla.
Yeah, so you get your handmade tortilla with the pibil and the lipico de gallo and the tomato sauce.
Well, I mean, the chicken has to be great, but the sauces definitely add to it too, and that's your secret, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to continue talking because there's tacos here. And you guys in Orange Walk may have it all the time, but we got to do something about what's happening over here. So we're gonna make some tacos, right?
All right.
Okay.
Make 'em and make 'em.
So most people do cabbage or onion. Which
Onions, yes, because we have the onions which has pepper.
Okay.
This is the onions which has pepper, and then we have cabbage which has no pepper, and then we have the little tomato sauce which is spicy.
Okay.
Right, and we have the chicken, which is
prepared from
the art piece.
way ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna start make some
How
orange
early
rock
do you have to
tacos.
wake up to prepare your chicken?
Approximately 4 o'clock every morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much do you make for each day?
Like 50 to 60 pounds chicken.
A lot of chicken.
So you know, if you're married to a Spanish girl or in job, you're getting a good cook.
Yes.
Actually, I was just about to say, not because you live in Orange Walk, you can make Orange Walk tacos, right?
All right. But we liking it. And you know what? I'm looking forward to hearing what is, especially with the whole Tacos Fest coming out, and especially knowing how you are and the fact that you've got a lot of followers, what the numbers will reflect following that Tacos Fest. You said 3,000 to 4,000 passed through. What are you looking forward to for this year?
I think we look for at least 5,000 to 6,000 people. Yeah, to come through the tacos because of the space.
There we go.
We have Runner's Mind. They have a 5K marathon. So we have Mexicans coming in who will be running in that marathon. We have beach cruiser race. So we try to add activities to the event that brings more people to the event. So we look for, I think 6,000 people, man.
Wow. Yeah.
6,000.
And probably a couple more after they watch this and they find out it's going to be 30 vendors, different types of tacos.
Pibil chicken, pibil pork, regular chicken, beef tacos, tacos al pastor, tacos al
Favorite
parrilla.
Al Pastor. Love that one.
Full works, full works.
That's
Well, I like my real deal orange walk tacos. I'm good
I know
with
they
that.
Al Pastor.
All right. So when do things start? Tell us what time to head out there to Orange Walk.
Tacos Fest starts from 6 in the morning. Because you have the first crowd, they go to church, the mass, and then come out, and they want to eat the tacos. And they run all the way through till every tacos vendor don't sell 9, 10 at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Entertainment on stage will be?
Entertainment on stage and start from 1.
Who's your bands? I know you got
Youth
some.
Connection, Youth Connection band.
Straight up
Sugar City Youth Connection, straight from Sugar City. And then from 11 to 12, Mr. Usher will be on stage conducting little games and stuff with the kids.
Okay.
We got Bouncy House, trampoline. So it's a family affair, it's spread out wide.
Excellent.
So this Sunday, all roads lead to Orange Walk for Sugar City Tacos Fest.
Woo!
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for providing breakfast.
Gracias,
John, I'm going to
gracias.
spare you the competition because, I know you haven't been practicing.
No, I haven't.
But it is a great opportunity to have a family day, get some great food, and of course, support one of the unique things that we love about Orange Walk, which is their absolutely delicious tacos. So check it out this Sunday. We're going to go ahead and take that final break now, and when we come back, we'll have a wrap up, so stay tuned.
On November 28th, 29th, and 30th,
had a wonderful, fun Friday.
It was just about the longest break it could have been.
I know, right? We're so hungry.
To stand in front of tacos and smell it, and not be able to eat it. I don't know how.
Orange Walk tacos.
Yeah.
Orange Walk tacos. So right now, at this particular point, what we'll do is that we'll just wrap right now. So you can close everything right now because we'll jump in. So we want to say a big thank you to everybody who passed through today. It was an excellent time. We had a fun time this morning, as per usual, because it is a fun Friday. But if you've got any questions, any concerns at all, drop us a line at oye@channel5belize.com.
You can also drop me a line at marlene_oye@channel5belize.com. Find us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ and get all our behind-the-scenes action on Instagram at OYE Belize. And remember to tune in on Monday morning at 6:30 when you open your eyes. When you open your eyes. Not your mouth.
To start your morning right.
Until then,
keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day, Belize.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.